Hello everybody, this is Woolrig and welcome to episode 10 of Agrarian Skies. So I realized after the end of last episode that I'm kind of an idiot. Because, if you'll remember, I was talking about how with the new item ducts and the newer thermal expansion, there are filters. Well, I was an idiot because there are filters in this version as well. They're called servos. Servos act as filters. So I was thinking servos on more of, moving an item out of an inventory and into the pipe, and not really thinking of them as they actually are, which is basically a way of manipulating an inventory to either take items out or put items in and transfer them across a network of pipes. That's right, it's better to think of these as networks of pipes rather than just strictly kind of in the sense that you might think of them like with Buildcraft or something where they're kind of dumb pipes. These are actually really smart pipes. So what you'll see is that I've got each output programmed with the appropriate ore that I want it to put into the smeltery, and I've mixed these again in a way that I shouldn't get any alloys from this. I've only put the gravel in here because if you'll notice the numbers there, like this is item number 3755, 3750, 3754. If we go and look at those, let's just take nickel ore for example. The gravel is 3755, the sand has a :1, and the dust has a :2 after it, and that's what's called metadata. And so what we do is ignore the metadata so that we can take these base items, or really any items. I'll show you, I think this other one here, I just grabbed, yeah, this one's got dust in it. So I'm ignoring the metadata here. So I'm only looking at the first part of the item number, which is 3751 in that case. And those are, and because I've got this selected as a whitelist, this is important also. Those are the only 3 items that can go into this smeltery, and as you can see, they are doing that. And then over here, I have, what is it, tin, platinum, and silver, which is not currently doing anything. On the back, I think we saw most of this. This is all pretty much the same. I've got the fluids programmed in there, and that was just by pouring them into a bucket and then putting the bucket in here. Of course, I've put in the panels to block the pipes from connecting on top. And what I've got here is basically 3 channels of networking. So each one of these basins has, you can see it down there, there's a servo in each piece of the ducting, and it's just set to extract. Nothing else, nothing fancy. And like I said, it's good to think of these ducts as a network because this servo, or that extraction, is really smart. If there's no place for the item to go, it won't actually put it onto the duct network. Fortunately for these, I've got barrels aplenty here. And all of these barrels run around over to here, except for, I want to pop this one out and show you that I actually have these 2 sides separated. There you go. Yeah, I've got these 2 sides separated since one side comes off that diamond chest and the other side comes all the way around from way over there, wraps around, and runs underneath of all these barrels. So that's why I've got all of the blocks of ore here and some more of the more popular items from the sieve over there. Now I've left the corner blank here, and you'll see why shortly. The other thing I did was I ran piping, or energy conduit over here. So if we pull this up, you can see the vacuum hopper's getting greedy. Oh, there it is. Boy, that takes a while. So anyway, hardened energy conduit, because this guy just wasn't running fast enough, running off of the survivalist generator. Makes a lot of power, does it very slowly though. and it was burning a single block of coal, which I believe ended up being, I want to say, just over 2 hours. So yeah, that's still running. So this is doing really well. You know, that's staying fairly empty. This is staying empty of anything ore related, because of course those are all getting sent out to the smelteries and melted. And what you'll notice is I've taken down the hammer assembly that I was thinking of doing. I'm not really too worried about optimizing and efficiency right now. I just want to make sure that I've got a good supply. And by letting those sieves run, I should get a good supply. So, yeah, oh, I wanted to show you this. Yeah, this servo down here underneath, let's pull this one out next to it so we can see a little bit better. This guy here actually has nothing programmed into it. And that's because, as I said, the ducting is actually really smart. If there's no place for an item to go, then it won't try to extract it. That's why it doesn't pull any of these out, because the only valid exit points are the 3 smelteries on this line. This crossover here is actually lava. Wayla tells us there's lava underneath of there, because that's, of course, the lava feed that goes out to the smelteries. And because I've got more power draw, I added another magmatic dynamo. The crucibles are still actually keeping up very nicely. I'm surprised. I keep expecting to run low, which is why I've kind of built out additional space here. I can add 2 more here to bring that to 7, and then I can add a whole nother row of 7 is what I've set up for. So eventually, you know, I'll need to do that. The other thing I did, as you may have noticed, is I've kind of leveled off some of this area and tried to tidy things up a bit with covers and whatnot, just to try and make it look nice. Because aesthetic is, it's nice to have. Anyway, today I want to get started. I've talked about it a few times. I think today is a good place to jump in. Let's first look at our quest book, because I was already looking at the quest. Digital storage. This is under the For the Hoarding section. Kind of jump down to section 6 here, because I want to start Applied Energistics, and this quest is all about doing exactly that. So this is, of course, newer mod packs. You're going to be playing with Applied Energistics 2, which is a quite a bit different mod, actually, than Applied Energistics 1. This is the older version in this mod pack, so things look a lot different than they may look, and I don't want you to be confused if you watch this and then go play a different mod pack with AE and say nothing is the same. That is entirely possible. Because, of course, Agrarian Skies, this version of it, runs in the Minecraft 1.6.4 world. The Agrarian Skies 2 runs in the 1.7.10 world, which would then have Applied Energistics 2. Hopefully that all makes sense. But basically, everything is different. So I'm probably going to stumble a little bit. It's been a while since I've played the older version of Applied Energistics. But enough talk, let's get started. So if we bring up the @ symbol and just type applied, we get all of the Applied Energistics items. I don't know if I talked about that. That's just a way of shorthanding the @ symbol. So say I want to look at everything in Thaumcraft, I can. There's everything in Thaumcraft. Or if I want to look at everything in Blood Magic, there's everything in Blood Magic. We'll be getting to both of those here eventually. But for now, we are looking at Applied Energistics. Now, the first thing I need to build in Applied Energistics, in this version of it, is a controller. This is basically the brains of the operation. You can't do anything without a controller. So that is going to take some Fluix crystals and an advanced processor. That advanced processor takes some silicon, a diamond, and a quartz cutting knife, which is made like so. Well, that's great. So I need some quartz. I have, unfortunately, quite a bit of that. So this quartz there, and I've got entire blocks of it over here. So let's grab a few blocks of that and pull them apart. The other thing I'm going to need is some regular quartz, and unfortunately I don't... Oh, I can. Okay. Couldn't remember if I could break those down, but I can. I don't know why I just did that. So that is to make this guy. Oh, and a piece of iron. So let's grab some iron. There should be a few pieces left in the old smeltery over here. I've left this one up because if I do want to make any alloys, this is going to be where I will make them, because I'll make the alloys by hand. Unless I really need a lot, I don't really want to automate that process. So yeah, we'll just leave that guy there. No reason to move it for now. And a quartz, one quartz cutting knife. This is a tool, just like axes and other tools, so it will wear out over time. Let's see, the next thing we need is a diamond and some silicon. This comes from either raw plastic or smelting different types of dust. Okay, well, I happen to have actually quite a bit of sorted quartz dust over here, I believe. I thought I did. That may have... I was almost positive I had a lot of Certus quartz dust. Let me see. Okay, I can make it from pulverizing, but can I recombine it? Really? A single? I didn't know that. I did not realize that a single one of those could go into that. That is very interesting. Okay, so if I want to make some Certus quartz dust, I need to pulverize. So what's happening is I'm getting Certus quartz dust over here, but it's getting combined. Actually, I think you may have just seen some. Wait, no it's not. No it's not. It's right here. It's like, is it getting combined into the blocks? Oh man. Sorry about that. I figured it out. It's right there. Okay. What was I doing with this? I want to smelt it, right? So we'll throw some sticks in, throw in one of those, and that should give me silicon? Is that what I'm making? Aha! One piece of silicon. Cool. Alright. Is that all I need? That's all I need for now. 2 pieces of redstone and a diamond. One piece of redstone. And lots more redstone. Okay. I should move this crafting bench. I should probably build another one, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm kind of running low on wood. I've been neglecting my tree farm here, so forgive me, but I'm just gonna move this guy. Alright, so this here, these two here, that there, and that there makes me an assembly, and we'll see, I don't lose the quartz knife, but it does lose damage. Of course, damage going into the metadata. And then what we do is we put that through the furnace. So basically, if you're not familiar with how you make processors, you cut them into silicon and then you cook them. So that's kind of what we did here. I mean, in a manner of speaking. All right, the next thing we're going to need is 4 of these Fluix crystals, and that takes a Certus quartz, nether quartz, and redstone dust. So make 4 of those. Wait, is it, okay, it is one per, so take 4 of those, and 4 of those gets me exactly that. And now I need some iron. Hey, look, I've got iron right there. That's not what I wanted. Nope, come back. Ah! Shoot. As I wait patiently for my iron to return. Okay. Iron comes out. And we get a controller. Now what we're going to do with this controller is... we need to give it some power. How do I want to give it power? I want to give it power... maybe... Let's put the controller here. And if we click on it, I can see there's some power settings. Joules and watts, and applied energistic, build craft, industrial craft. Unfortunately, there are no RF monitors. But I think if we go with EU, we can give a rough equivalent that 3 EU per tick, I believe. Oh, I forget. It's some variation of RF per tick. And then... I don't know if I've got energy. I don't. Alright, let me make some more hardened energy conduit, because what I'm going to do is tap into the lines over here and run energy conduit over there so I can give this thing some power. Back in a sec. Alright. That should heat this bad boy up. Perfect. So it stores power, so we store, what is about 5,000 EU, rotary craft, about 10,000 AE, about 2,000 Minecraft joules. I think there's, what is it, it's, so 1.2 MJ, I believe, is 12 RF, so not a huge power drop, but enough to be noticeable, we'll say. So we'll keep an eye on our power consumption. I jumped through the sieves there, so things got a little bit, and I'll come back later and cover that all up. So now that we've got the controller, that really doesn't do much for us, but we get a win. The other things we want to look at is an ME drive, a crafting terminal, and a 1K storage cell, and then import and export buses. So let's look at what it takes to make the drive. No, I take that back. Let's make the crafting terminal. Alright, so there's a crafting monitor. That'll come in handy later. Where is the access terminal? That's kind of the right thing. Here we go. Crafting terminal. This guy. So I just happen to know that it takes a access terminal to make a crafting terminal. That requires a conversion matrix, which looks something like so. So here's another processor. This one is going to be similar to the last one, except this one I believe takes gold to make, which is why it's kind of a gold color. Okay, that's good. The only other thing here is this Fluix dust, and I think we were clicking through and saw this. There's two different recipes here. This one was added specifically to this mod pack to give us a more efficient use of our materials. So instead of only getting 2, if I add a little bit of plastic, I can get 2 more. So I want to do that. I think I've got some raw plastic over in the house here. Let me grab that. And maybe I have 1 piece of raw plastic. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. We'll get to making some more here eventually. So the other things I need, let's find our Fluix dust, is Certus quartz dust, nether quartz dust, and redstone. Okay, well I don't think I've got any nether quartz dust. I've got Certus quartz dust. Do I have nether? I don't believe I do. So that means pulverizer time. Unfortunately, all my pulverizers are kind of booked up right now. Let's see if there's another way to make this. There is not. Okay. I need an extra pulverizer. So let me build one of those real quick. Okay, one pulverizer. And get it some power. We'll just plop it down here, let it charge up. And for now, we'll just make a single piece of nether quartz dust. All right, so now I should be able to mix that one, that one, that one, and was it redstone? It was, to make fluix dust. Perfect. All right, that should get us moving in the right direction. The next thing, of course, I need more of these guys, so let's just go ahead. I'm going to need a lot of these, so let's go ahead and get that started. While that's cooking up, let's take a look at the conversion matrix. That is the rest of those things. Access terminal. What else do I need? I need iron and glass and some cable, which needs some more fluix dust. Which the best way to make that is with more plastic. Alright. Let me find some more plastic. I think I have that. Okay. Well, I didn't have any more raw plastic, but I had rubber, so I can make raw plastic. So we're going to make one of those. Actually, I'm going to make, I think I need, because if we look at this, oops, at the recipe, I need one processor there. I don't need any processors for that, but then when I go to use this guy to make the crafting terminal, I need to make this storage cell, which requires another basic processor. So, I will make two. And unfortunately, because this has metadata on it, I can't shift-click that recipe. Kind of a bummer. I won't lie. But, you know, I make do. Alright, well that's cooking up. The processor is in process. So I should be able to click to make one of those. That one's still cooking. The rest is in waiting. I need a crafting terminal, or a crafting bench, excuse me. So I need one of those. And looks like these guys are done. Perfect. So now I should have... No, I still need more fluix dust. So of course that's those guys and that. There we go. Now I should have enough. Alright, what am I missing? Oh, nether quartz. Nether quartz. I ground it all. So nether quartz. We don't have a lot of that. That we get, of course, from, I think it's sifting soul sand, which I don't have an automated process for right now. So that is going to be in short supply. I'm going to want to get some more of that before too much longer. I'll just make one for now. These conversion matrices, I will end up making a lot of those as time goes on. Because basically any machine in Applied Energistics that either puts items in or takes items out of the system requires a conversion matrix, because the nature of the mod is that, of course, you convert items into data, and then you store the data. So that's hence the conversion matrix, which allows you to convert matter to energy. That's why it's also known as material energy. Applied Energistics. Or ME, excuse me. Matter energy. Not material energy. Anyway, I digress. We have a crafting, or an access terminal. Now I want to make a crafting terminal. Takes a little bit more work. Not a lot. Shift click that. We got all of those pieces already. Shift click that. And now I've got a crafting terminal. That gets us part of the way there. Gets us one more thing anyway. I can then put the crafting terminal on top here, and if I click in there, there's absolutely nothing. Because I haven't connected anything to it. Oh, don't do that. I don't want to pick up things. Oh, there it is. Yeah. I'm building too close to these sieves. I need to keep this as like a no-man zone. Anyway, the next thing was the drive. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to shortcut that. I'm going to create a storage bus. Ooh, maybe not. Maybe not. Let's make some drives. Okay. 2 more and some wood. Oh. I mean, I've got chests all over. Alright, what else is there? 1K storage drive. Okay, that's going to take some gold. Export bus. I'm sighing because I'm like legitimately out of wood. Very, very much out of wood. Oh, an interface, which is another one of those. Man. To say that the recipes in Applied Energistics are grindy is somewhat of an understatement. It's, yeah. There's a reason that auto-crafting is a thing that we will be pursuing very soon. Anyway, oh wait, I've got some chests over here. So this was a demonstration I did, testing out the servos, and of course it worked perfectly. So I will pick up these pieces. Oop, must have been some stuff in there. Alright. Let's stick to what we're working on now. Oh my goodness. Gravel can go away. Good grief. Let me get some of this inventory cleaned out. Sheesh. Limestone, sure. That'll work. It's better anyway. Alright. I probably have a few more things I need to make. Yes, a couple of these processors. I need a precision export bus, which needs another processor. Precision import bus, which needs another processor. So I need 4 of those basic processors. And then I need 2 interfaces, I'm guessing. Because, of course, the precision one comes from a basic one. Basic import, basic export. Right? Yep. And I thought you could switch imports and exports, but I guess not. They're made... Oh, right. The only difference is that one of them has a sticky piston and the other one does not. All right, so that one needs 2, 3, 4. Oops. Wow. 5, 6. What is that? 6. All right. Let me do some crafting and come back to build that stuff. Okay, I think I've got everything. So, an ME drive, like so. The other things were the precision import and precision export. So that's going to take a couple of interfaces, which I've got the conversion matrix. I've got that. What am I missing? I'm missing some iron. Hey, I've got that. I have a lot of iron. That was a stack of blocks of iron. Over a stack. So, now are we? Ah, excellent. 2. Perfect. It's almost like I know what I'm doing. Amazing. Let's make 2 of these. I'm missing cobblestone of all things. I have a few stacks of that laying around, so no problems there. Again, nice. Alright, so now I am running short on Fluix cable. Not a problem. I've got some dust left and some plastic. That ought to do the trick. Alright. There's our basic export bus. And I will mix this guy with that. Should give me one sticky piston to make a basic import bus. It's not. What am I missing? What am I missing? Got the interface. Got the sticky piston. Oh. Good grief. I think I've got lots of iron. Keep using up all of our iron. That's alright. That's why we make it. There we go. Import bus, and then we add a basic processor to each one of these to make them precision. And with that, one more thing, the storage drive. The 1K storage drive. Okay. That is a two-part piece, so we need to start with the storage cell. Needs one more basic processor. And then what? That. So, I need the storage cell. I've got redstone, I've got glass, I've got iron. I just need the storage cell. There we go. Storage cell. And then the storage cell becomes a 1K storage drive by adding some glass and redstone and iron. And now, my friends, we have a usable ME system. So we throw that on. You see it's now renegotiated. We put the drive in the bay. Neat. And now we can fill to our heart's content. Well, to a point. So the way this works is, as I said, the items get converted from material to energy. I want to sort by items, by number of items. There we go. It's just a personal preference. It's how I choose to view it. So we can store the items in here. We see that things stack, so we can see a number of how many items we have, and where those are going is actually onto this drive. So we see that there are 198 bytes, so every item that goes in there's some calculation of number of bytes per item or number of items per byte or something like that. But the more important thing that we're going to run into is the number of types of items. So we see we've got 21 of 63 types in use. So usually what I end up doing is running out of the number of types of items before I ever actually fill up a drive. Fortunately, the indicators on here give us a little bit of quick visual to go off of. To start with, it's green, it goes yellow and red, and it'll go yellow and red based off of either the type count or the byte count, which is nice. If we look here, we can see our power consumption has gone up slightly, adding that drive, so not a huge amount. The import and export buses, I'm not exactly sure why you have to make them at this point. But hey, I want a quest. Cool. And 2 hearts, good. I need to bring that back. If you'll notice, if you're keeping track, yes, I did die between last episode and this. I had a bit of an accident with some molten tin, I believe. I accidentally poured it on my head. Not going to go into details. Was not a good day. Not a good day for me. Anyway, look at that. AE. It's a start. It's a start. So one of the things, I kind of gave it away a little bit, but the storage bus is a very interesting little piece of machinery. It allows me to attach to an inventory and then view it as if it's storage in the AE system. Where it really comes into handy is on something like a barrel, or actually a row of barrels, because I can put storage buses on the backs of these, hence why I've left this corner open, so I can actually put a storage bus here, and then connect them all with cabling, tie them all back into the system via network cable. That's what the Fluix cable is, essentially. ME cable is a network cable. And then I'll be able to see everything. But that, I believe, is the job for another day. Ooh, corn seed. Excellent. That's going to come in handy. We need corn. We need food. We need trees. Okay. I think I am happy with today's progress. We've got started on an AE system. Again, I've just kind of placed it here. This is not where it's going to end up. I'm going to move all these blocks at some point. I don't know where exactly. They're going to end up somewhere. But I believe for next episode, what we're going to have to work on is doing something about these trees and this wheat, because this is all a manual process. I've got a pretty good set of automation over here for, you know, general ores and power production and stuff like that. That's all going pretty well. I need to do something about everything else that is Minecraft. So that will be next episode's goal. And of course, fortunately, there is lots of quests for stuff like that. We haven't even got into the cooking. Maybe we'll dive into that. Maybe we will jump into cultivating the harvest. Yes, that's one we'll need to work on. Sludge boiler, planter, harvester. Yes, automation of all these things. So, for now, this is Woolrig. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. Remember to leave a thumbs up, give me some feedback on what you think. How's it going? Just chat. I'm always up for a chat. Anyway, be well, do good, have fun. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.